And my podcast, Chrissy Chaos and Hey Babe, Tuesdays and Thursdays comes out.
My God, you're staying busy, man.
I got to do it, baby. I mean, I got fucking my kid, and I got a second kid on the way. Due date July 4th. The only two options for that name, you know it, dude. If my baby's born July 4th, what's the name?
Theodora.
Fucking Donald.
Shit. Coming on.
Boy or girl?
Oh, let me say this. You get a Spanish female Donald Trump dog, that's elected.
Yeah, elected, dude.
That's elected.
I mean, dude, if I got a Puerto Rican daughter named Donald Trump and you still don't want to subscribe to my Patreon, that's your fault.
What was your dad? Why was he in jail all the time?
He was in jail because I think he was like organized. He wasn't in the mafia, but it was like organized crime related stuff where I think he, racketeering, collecting, money laundering.
Mafia
guy. He was like those guys, like they always sitting outside on the chairs in the movies. Like he's not in the cafe, but he's sitting down and be like, whoa, what are you here for?
He was connected.
So he would get scooped up and go to prison, every other year. And then my mother graduated from Columbia. My mother is a Ivy League graduate woman. So they met at a walkathon.
Your dad was a good-looking guy?
No, he wasn't. My dad's disgusting. His nickname is Tony Balls. My dad's on dialysis. I swear to God. My dad's
his nickname was Tony Balls.
No, I swear to God, he would write Tony, like if we would like sign in at like the Olive Garden or something like that, it'd be Tony Balls and it'd be Ballz. September 11th, 2014, I was doing a show at Side Splitters in Tampa. Shout out Tampa. The owner of that comedy club, I remember that night, had told me I just punched a woman in the face in the parking lot the night before, and he was proud of that.
They do that.
Yeah. So I remember. That's what I remember.
That's Tampa, dude. That's the Tampa national anthem.
He goes, yo, you want to see the footage? I knocked some woman out in the parking lot the other night. I was like, yeah. He was like, yeah. I was like, great. Then he goes, I bet your whole paycheck you can't make me laugh on the Saturday Late Show. I was like, what the fuck, dude? I was like, you're a dirtbag criminal.
Were you a dog? Your dog got injected with electrolytes?
Oh my God, yeah. How crazy was that?
That was you? That was him. I could see that happening to you.
Dude? It was so weird. Yeah, my dog was dying. My mother's dog, Larry, R.I.P. Larry. He's in dog part of heaven right now, gay dog part of heaven, and he was a gay dog. Whatever, dude. Even my mother admitted, it was like, yeah, he's a gay. Yeah. Well, it's fine. It's great. It's beautiful, dude. Yeah. We were gonna put him down. We went to go put him down. My mother's crying so upset, and the vet comes in. And she's like, we're going to give him a procedure right now. He's going to be gone in about 10 seconds. We just inject it into his paw and he's going to be gone. And, it's be over soon. And my dog's just like blinking, like looking at me and my mom. And I'm just rubbing my mom's back. I'm just like, Mom, it's going to be okay. And she's so, oh, bye, Larry, holding his paw. And then like 10 seconds go by, 20 seconds. 30 seconds.
Oh, no.
And Larry's just like blinking, looking at us. And she's like, and then the doctor, the vet's like, sometimes this happens. Let me just up the dose here. And then she goes and she puts some more in. And then like Larry's just like looking at it. It's like a minute, 2 minutes. My mom's like, what's happening? Why is he in any more pain? She's like, I promise you he's not in any pain. I'm like, Mom, it's all going to be over soon. It's all going to be over soon. So then the doctor, she's like, I'll be right back. So she comes back in. She goes, I am so sorry about that. She goes, I did go ahead and give your dog electrolytes. She's like, you may see a short burst in energy, but that doesn't mean anything. He is dying. So she's like, let me just go ahead. So now my dog is strapped up. He's like a young pup. He's like running around, and my mom's like, but I don't understand, whatever. And then she's like, I promise you, I just made a mistake. I just started working here. It's fine. Let me give him this. She was like, he is dying. And then they gave him the thing, and then he died, and then he died, whatever, 10 seconds later. But the dog next to them was the one who needed the electrolytes. And I was like, did you kill the dog next door? Because I never thought about that. I'm like, could you imagine you killed the dog next door? But whatever, dude. Dude, one time, this is another thing. I was like 7 years old, man. And I know this happened. I was 7 years old, and we went to my cousin's recital. So it's like all 7, 8 year old, like it's a girl recital, whatever. Families there, packed out auditorium. My dad took me there. It was just me and my dad. He had to watch. We had to watch my cousin, whatever. And he didn't want to be there. He was like, fucking, whatever. And the instructor of the ballet school was like this really beautiful, like 25, 26, like she was a hot girl, a hot woman. And like we're just sitting back there, and I could tell he's 10. He's like, wow, this girl's got some fucking body, and like saying shit like that. And I don't know why he did this, but like we were in like the very last row.
She's 10. No. The girls, the kids who were dancing around were like 8, 9, 10 years old. But the instructor, is a grown woman.
All right.
And then the girls, the curtains close and it's just the instructor on stage, and she's like, it's like pin drop silence, and she's about to say, for the intermission, she's like, refreshments for the intermission, and my dad just yells, "Show your bush!"
Come on,
I swear. He yells, "Show your bush!" I swear. And
how many people would you say are
400? And we were in the dead last row, man, row Z, and he yelled, "Show your bush," and it was fucking wild. Yeah, and I remember "Show your bush," and he didn't even look at me or look around. He just said it to say it, and then he was like, "Come on, I'll buy everybody candy," Yeah. Then Schaub.
Schaub's German as fuck.
Yes. Yeah, you're one of those guys who, if you were born in the 1920s, and you'd be a first round draft pick from Mr. Hitler. He would say, "Come play with us. You are a big guy." And
Mr. Hitler.
Mr. Hitler would say, "Yes,
Mr. Hitler.
we want that one." They dye your hair blonde. They give you blue eyes. They give you a little crystal meth. They called it Panzer Chocolate.
That's
and
right.
They would say,
We'd march in the snow.
Yeah, and you would have to go kill those Polish people.
Unschleiser.
Dude, you'd be a nightmare, dude.
Scary.
Imagine me with my fucking U.S. uniform on, and then you, this fucking crazy, just MMA Nazi running at me on meth, just with fucking skinny jeans on, just fucking tickling balls. I'd be like, I don't know what's happening. Just eating everybody's ass on the battlefield.
I booze a little bit. I have a few brews, all my boys, like you grew up Chicago, I grew up in New York. It's the same type of thing, just different accents, different teams. We grew up the same way. If I have one more, half of these, and you gave me a Claritin D, if I have alcohol and an antihistamine, I swear to God, dude, I'll suck your dick. Right now,
You go gay with booze.
If you gave me a fucking Benadryl and another glass of whiskey, I swear to God, you're going to be knocking your cock off my uvula by the end of this podcast, and that's 100% a truth.
Brandon?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I'm not saying he doesn't seem capable of it. He just doesn't seem.
No, he's the type of guy, if I got into a fight with him, I'd be nervous, but I'm like, if I could just tickle him in the right spot, he'll fall down. But it won't. The truth is he'll rip my head off and shit down my neck. That's the truth. I got more jokes lined up for Brendan, but I'm scared to do them.
Most of you guys use the bathroom before the fight. Don't you guys use the bathroom before the fight?
Oh, yeah. Pee like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to pee, dude.
Nobody's
Bro,
shitting
I
down
almost-
your neck in there.
Yeah, easy.
You ever
dude.
get knocked
I
out?
almost shit my
You ever get
pants,
knocked out
dude.
and wake up as a different person? Do your personalities get knocked around?
Yeah, I
You know
got
what
knocked out so much I got funny.
Is that
Oh,
what,
damn.
Did
I
your
just
idea?
woke
Did you start? Did you actually get the idea to become a comedian after a knockout, or was that something?
No,
you always
way
wanted to do?
before.
Way before.
What if he just woke up from a fight? And he
Gay?
just takes Bruce Buffer's mic and just starts doing 5 minutes.
Starts ripping, dude.
People are like, damn, that guy had knocked Brendan into a new career.
He woke up. He's Dave Attell. He was out there.
I'll be at stand up live next week and I'm out.
That'd be fucking hilarious, dude.
Non-show business dad's advice
My
are the
dad,
best.
73, 74 years old, diabetic, heart condition, lives in New York. Now he just moved to Florida, the next epicenter. He's just following it. He goes, never smoked or drank a day in his life. Pandemic hits March. It's like April 1st. Nobody's supposed to see their elderly grandparents. He's like, I want to come see the baby. My daughter. He's like, I got to come see the baby. I can't fucking sit here anymore. I'm like, yeah, but you got to understand, you can't. You're, old age. You have every condition that they say is going to kill you. You have them all. He's like, don't worry about it. I'm coming. I'm going to get on the bus. I was like, Dad, let me at least. I was like, let me at least come get you. He's like, I'm getting on the fucking bus. So he gets on the bus, shows up. He's got a mask on around his ear, right? I'll never forget. It was around his left ear. He's just got it hanging. I'm like, did you take the bus like that? He's like, yeah, you got to have a mask on your person. That's what de Blasio said, the mayor. I go, but it has to be across your face. I was like, Dad, it has to be across your face.
Yeah.
And then he goes to me, oh, I'm sorry. I thought June was Pride Month. I didn't know I had a gay son. And then I'm like, okay. And then he goes into my backyard and lights up a cigar. And I was like, what are you doing? You haven't drank or smoked anything. And he was like, let me fucking tell you one thing here, Chrissy. He goes, nothing Chinese is ever going to take me down. He goes, my veins are red, white, and blue. And he lights up the cigar, I swear, and just starts coughing like an idiot. And I'm like, Dad, whatever.
He's not even a smoker.
He doesn't care. Dude, that's like fucking Yannis told me, great Yannis Pappas, he got shot in his early 20s. He got shot.
Yes.
And the guy
who shot him, did 12 years in prison, and then came out and started doing a one-man show about when he
shooting.
shot him. Yeah, and he's like sent him tickets to the show, and I was
Go to right here. There's a link, ishotyan.com, right down below.
I shot Yan.
Yan.
Dude, and when he told me that, I was dying laughing, and he was
Because
like,
it's hysterical.
I was like, dude, you should go to the show, and he was like, no, I can't go to the show.
You have to go to that show. The guy who shoots you put on a show. Go out of respect.
Dude, I was like, dude, that's so funny.
You lived.
Because he probably, and I'm sure the show sucked. I mean, this guy was fucking doing it in prison.
How amazing it would be if he got a Netflix special before Yanni did for doing a one-man show about about shooting him. Netflix presents.
Yeah, that's just, dude,
It was April 12th.
What do you think I would do that'd be fucked up? An honest crime you could see me doing. Let me take the hat off.
Honest, real shit that I could see you doing?
A real crime, and then I'm going to tell you a couple about you.
Yeah, okay. So like a guy like you, well, first of all, you look like you're on crystal meth. Like, you know what I mean? Okay. Like, I know you're not, but like you look like it would be shocking to me that a guy that looks like you isn't using crystal meth. Like I'm in shock that you're not.
Why? Because there's not a t-shirt under the sweater?
Well,
because it's just sweater to skin?
It's sweater to skin, yeah, and really and just like the hair and the beard, it's like you just look like.
It's not a beard.
Well, whatever. Like
a little bit of hair.
You know, he's got like a Civil War head. You know what I mean? And it just looks like you use drugs to like get through your pain. You know what I mean? So I would think so definitely like robbing a liquor store is what you you have that robbing a liquor store look. You also look like you could be like you're a suspect. You look like you're in any making a murderous shit. Like you're on the list for sure. You're on the short list. I was with great Opie from the Opie and Anthony show, and Sherrod had given Opie edibles in a chocolate bar, right? And I had never taken edibles before. I'm not a drug guy. I don't know. Opie just gives me the chocolate bar. I didn't know you're supposed to take half of the square of the chocolate bar. Of course. Okay. So and I love sweets. I mean, I got high cholesterol. My cholesterol was 250 at the time.
I have sweet tea.
So I love sweets. So I literally we're on the train going to the Islanders game, New York Islanders game, and Opie just gives me the chocolate bar and just starts looking at his phone. So I didn't know you're supposed to take half of square. I ate the entire chocolate bar. Just to the head, Sherrod Small's weed, chocolate, potent.
Oh my God.
Bar, okay? I forget that it even happened because Opie was like not doing the weed. So Opie, he just gave me the chocolate bar, didn't even think about it. I just fucking crushed this thing, right? Having a good time. All of a sudden, we're at the Islanders game. First period, buzzer goes off. I thought somebody threw a spear from the top of the Jumbotron through the right side of my head, cutting off the left side of my body. I pop up out of the seat. I go, I'm having a stroke. I'm having a stroke. So I'm yelling that I'm having a stroke, right? I forgot that I was even on edibles. I'm convinced I'm having a fucking stroke.
Yeah.
So I go up the stairs and I'm just walking around. I'm like, I'm having a stroke, Opie. I'm having a stroke. He's like, you're not having a stroke. I'm like, dude, I'm having a fucking stroke. The left side of my arm doesn't work. And I'm like flinging my arm and it's not working. So then I'm like, I have to go.
So terrifying.
Dude, so I'm in a packed Islanders game, and this is New York City. I'm a big Islanders fan. Opie's a big Islanders fan, so people know who we are. Of course, they know Opie, and they're like, so they'll stop and see Opie, and they're like, oh, that guy's always on his show. So they're talking to me, and I'm trying to have these. Dude, the actual, just as luck would have it, the Islanders broadcast team interviewed Opie and brought me on the interview. And I cursed on fucking SNY.
What'd you say?
I yelled "fuck the Rangers" because they were playing the Rangers. So they were like, boop, camera down, see ya, So I had gotten tickets. I had gotten tickets from the Islanders. The Ticket Connect was mine from the Islanders. So they found out that I yelled "fuck the Rangers," lose the tickets. I leave Barclays Center. I walk up to a police officer who's in full SWAT riot gear because, it's New York City. These guys have real jobs to do, this terrorist activity. I walk up to him. I said, officer, I'm going to be 100% honest with you right now. I've ingested drugs. And he goes, what do you mean? He goes, I said, I'm having a stroke. What a pussy. And he goes, okay, what kind of drugs did you ingest? I said, I can't tell you the type of marijuana strain that I've ingested, but I have consumed an illegal amount of drugs. I was trying to use all these professional words. Dude, he started laughing at me so hard. I thought he was going to shoot his gun in the air. So he goes, I swear to God, he goes, kid, get the fuck out of here. That's what he says to me, like in a movie. And I was like, So he goes, kid, get the fuck out of here. So I get in a cab. It's on 4th Avenue and 8th Street. I get in a cab. I'm like, take me to where I live, 4th Avenue and 93rd Street. So by the way, it was freezing. It was January, but I had my jacket on. I was so fucking hot. I asked this cab driver to open up all the windows. This guy opened up all the windows, and he was like shivering and freezing. And I was like, guy,
I'm sorry, I'm having a fucking stroke right now. I'm on drugs. You got to keep these windows down. And he was like, I'm so cold. I'm so cold. I was like, if you could show me a valid U.S. passport, I'll put the windows up. Obviously, he couldn't. He's a cab driver. He said, they're staying down, fucking Vitru. So
Vitru.
I don't know.
That was his name. That's a bad pronunciation.
I don't know, dude. I was high.
The main white kid who stole his
Yo,
dad's
what
Babe
up,
Ruth
King of
ball.
the Sting? This is Michael from Mesa, Arizona.
He's the voice like the State Farm
I got
guy.
Yeah.
The reason that the guy doesn't, obviously this guy is first team all cock, okay? He doesn't need anything else. That's why he's not, there's no there's no jewelry.
Yeah, his vibe is
There's
like,
no nose ring. There's no diplomas. This
Nothing.
guy doesn't need
Dude.
anything. He has probably 22s with I bet he has Rockford Fosgate 22s in his nutsack. This guy.
He sounds fully like Satan, dude. Like if the Satan could talk in that Lil Nas X video, it sounds like this guy. 100%, dude. Listen to this dude's voice.
Sting It or Sting It for you. And it's about organ donorship. And
Man, I think
this guy will reach into your body if he wants an organ. I'm going to tell you this: if this guy wants an organ, it's going to be more cock, bro. This dude got that fucking heat sausage.
I am
daddy.
100% certain this man has throat cancer. For sure, dude. He's suffering.
Bro, this
he
guy's
sounds like he's in pain.
This guy's smoking Winston's through the hole in the back of his neck.
dude.
The new thing is hole in the back now instead of hole in the front. Hole in the front. They finally realized that.
This guy, he's got a detachable voice box. 100%, dude.
Yeah, this guy's
Smoking marbles through his dick.
I personally considered it, but I figured I've abused most of my organs for the last 10, 15 years or so, and figured,
dude. I'll tell you, stop it real quick. This guy's tired because he has been basically underground railroading his own penis, for fucking decades.
This
He's been carrying this thing back and forth.
This dude's tired because he's on active chemo right now. That's what it is, dude. He's not. If you panned out, dude, he's just got IVs everywhere and a Haitian wet nurse.
Bro, this guy, I bet, has to carry his penis around in a wheelbarrow in front of him. This guy is first team all meat, baby.
100%, dude.
Yeah, his vibe is too chill, dog.
Let's go, bro.
kind of be a dick move to try and act like it might help somebody. So
What? Hold on, stop.
Does he want our organs? What's he want?
Yeah, what is he talking about?
How many fucking old black dudes is this guy eating? That's what I want to know. I feel like dude, I feel like if you fucking pat him on the back hard enough, Frederick Douglass will roll out of his tongue. Dude,
Samuel L. Jackson pops out.
Yeah, so fucking so Richard Lewis, I'm opening for so I'm opening for Richard Lewis, and the first two shows go good. And then Saturday, it was at 8 o'clock, it was a 7 o'clock and a 9 o'clock show. And it was like clockwork on Friday, and the first show Saturday, like clockwork. I do 10 minutes, get the light. That means bring Richard up in 15 seconds. Just even if you're in the middle of a joke, just stop it and be like, ladies and gentlemen, are we here for Richard Lewis? Shalom, shalom, shalom. Boom. That's what, we start doing that. Richard. So
Just a chair being passed around in the audience.
yeah. So I do my close. I Saturday night show, the late show starts to, kick off. I'm doing the things, and I had it timed. Like I do my closer about, 8 minutes, start, ramp it down, blah, 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 blah. So I do my closer thinking the light's going to come on at the same moment it's come on the last 3 shows. And, I'm looking for the light, and I'm doing the closer, and do the closer, no light at all. So I look over, and I'm like, okay. So
Panicking.
I'm like, okay, so I look, and then I see the owner in the back, Louis Ferranda, great, the legendary booker of Caroline's Comedy Club, going like this, meaning like, keep it going. He's like, keep it going. And I'm like,
stretch.
I'm like, yikes, 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 yikes. So again, I have 13 minutes. I've just done 10 minutes with my closer, like the best joke I thought I had, I closed with, it's done. So now I'm like, okay, I worked on something on the train ride over here. Let me try this. So I do it. It's like, kind of bombing, whatever. But, when you're a new comic, like you think, like if you just get a chuck, you're like, okay, good.
Right.
So, but, I'm bombing. Probably the entire set was a bomb, but I didn't
But this
realize.
was even worse of a bomb.
bad.
This was nuclear.
This is nuclear. Sold out show Saturday night, middle of Times Square. So now, like 15 minutes have went by, and I'm like, oh my God, what's fucking happening? Dude. So then I start to go into the crowd a little bit and start to ask people. I'm like, hey, where are you from? You know?
What do you do?
What do you do?
Birthday? Is there a birthday?
And everything, and everything like that somebody would say, because again, I'm just so new. I'd be like, you fucking jerk off. Like, you know, I was just doing that. And they were like, what? This guy's in a wheelchair.
I bet you kiss your brother.
Yeah.
He's paralyzed.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he was like, he just lost his legs in Iraq. I'm like, yeah, you fargoot. you know, like just yelling, just bombing. And now it's starting to get bad. Dude, 55 minutes.
Impossible. How did you do 55 minutes?
I'm going to tell you exactly what I started to do. Dude, it got so bad about 30 minutes in, the staff stopped what they were doing and were dying laughing in the back because of the shit, not because of any of my material, of course, just because of how bad I was bombing. Dude, I brought 2 people up and let them try a joke. I brought 2 people on stage and I let them try. I'm like, anybody out here ever want to do stand-up? 2 people came up. I'm like, I'll give it a shot. Did a joke. One guy actually crushed.
Yeah, he's killing.
Yeah, it's a bit.
They start booking him. They're like, Chris, you're done.
Dude, then I asked, Andrew, I swear to God, if there were 400 people in there, I probably asked 300 people where they were from, and how many birthdays. I asked, are there birthdays in here? Like 10 times. And people are like, no, we said those birthdays. Then, dude, it got to the point, like 40 minutes in, where I started just saying, hey, guys, yell out a state and I'll name the capital. And they would just yell out a state. You know, they would be like Iowa. I'd be like, Des Moines, that's easy. Next. Like, I was just trying to do it. They were like, California. I was like, Sacramento. You know, and then like people, I was like, I bet you can't get me. Like, I wasn't, like, it was.
People were coming to play tag?
Yeah, to play. It was crazy shit.
Yeah.
Dude, 55 minutes in, I finally get the fucking light. I finally get the light. Richard Lewis comes onto stage, doesn't even address anything. He goes, give it up for Jeff. And I was just like, as I'm walking off, he goes, give it up for Jeff. I'm like,
And the Royal Oak Theater in Detroit, Michigan, March 4th and 5th. We're doing pretty good on those. We're about 50 to 60% sold to the room. About a month out. Those probably might go.
Those are
when it
go.
gets dicey again, though.
There we go.
We're getting pretty hairy at the Wynn in Las Vegas.
That's for you.
March 21st. We're getting hairy.
Oh, why? Because Katy Perry's next door?
Yeah, because we were going up against a little woman named Adele. But she canceled, thank God.
The day my daughter was born, May 19th, the day my daughter was born, you know, she's in there, you know, my kid's mom is like in labor, like legs up and everything. And it's just my mom, her mom, and me, you know, whatever. My dad just comes busting in. I'll never forget. I swear to God, dude, comes busting in the New York Post. And he goes, Yankees got fucking rocked last night. We got to trade Sabathia. I swear to God. And I'm like, what? Like literally she's crowning. And she's like, and I know my kid's mom was like, get out. Like she was like screaming at my dad, rightfully so. And he's like, whoa, what the fuck? And then I'm like, Dad, what the hell? Like, you know, and then the baby, I swear, baby comes out, you know, I have my beautiful daughter, whatever. I, you know, take a moment, go outside to my dad. We didn't have a gender reveal or anything like that. So we wanted to be surprised and whatever. So I'm like, it's a girl. And he goes, fuck. and I was like, that was his first word after his son told him the greatest news of his life. He goes, fuck. I swear to God. And I was like, what happened? And he goes, I owe your uncle $250 now. And I said, what do you mean? Why would you owe money? He goes, we gambled on your kid's gender. And I'm like, great. So already, this is what my daughter's born into. You're gambling on the gender? He was like, I was sure it was going to be a boy the way she was carrying. I'm like, you're an idiot. You got an 8th grade education and you think you can guess gender? What are you, fucking an Amazon woman? Yeah. What are you, in the fucking Mayan? He would have the broom. Did I ever tell you about my dad's broom? He would have a broom up because my dad's whole thing was like, you need to mimic shooting over 7-footers. Like you need to arc shots. So I'm talking about like in a public park in Ridgewood, Queens, which is a very culturally diverse neighborhood. You had people from all walks of life.
Broomstick up.
He had a broomstick up, and on the broomstick written in tape was the word Leroy. He named the broom Leroy. Because he was like, let's be honest, it's going to be a 7-foot black guy, no? And then so we just call it a Leroy. So I would shoot over Leroy, and that's what he said to me when I was in Winchell, like a dead serious conversation. He's like, what about all the times me, you, and Leroy had in the park? You disrespected us all. You know, like
Leroy's pissed too.
Dude, he made Leroy. I've said this too on a podcast too, but like my dad, like in Ridgewood, this was like what was called like a Ridgewood coffee. Like my dad and his friends would go into bodegas or coffee shops or whatever and like, let me get a coffee Leroy. That was a coffee black with no milk. That's what they would say, like, let me get a coffee Leroy. And then it would just be handed the coffee like that. And I just thought, like, I was like, oh, I didn't, because growing up with the type of father I
try
had.
that at Starbucks right
Yeah.
now.
Can I get a coffee
You
Leroy?
get a Leroy? I'm like, what? It's totally black.
Yeah. A Leroy, no ice.
So you thought that was how you order coffee?
Because my dad would just go, like, the thing is with
And nobody in those days would be like, excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
That is not the appropriate way to order coffee.
Would you move out here?
I would only if I could bring my daughter. I can't. I know parents who wanna, who say, you know what, I need to go out there and it's about my career and it'll better my child to be away from them. Fine, no problems. But I wouldn't be happy if my daughter was on the other side of the country. So if I got an opportunity out here.
Yeah.
So like right now in New York, I have my hour special and then I signed like an overall deal with Comedy Central. So I'm developing a cartoon about my life with them and it's all in New York. So if those things get on and take off, then I could stay in New York. But if it misses again, yeah, I mean, I want this career to work. So I wouldn't mind raising my daughter in LA. I think
Would you move the mom out too?
I would move her mom's career is very flexible right now. She's like, personal trainer. She teaches Zumba. It's like the most stereotypical Puerto Rican thing to do. I'll be doing Zumba and shit. That's what I do. And she has a tattoo in her tit. It's so fucking great. She's such like, you would see her and be like, that girl's so hot, but like obviously don't get her pregnant. And I just obviously got her pregnant. Just immediately.
That girl's so hot, obviously don't get her pregnant.
It's like my boy's like, well, obviously pull out. She has a tattoo in her tit. When I was like, nope. Sign me up for life.
Did you come inside her?
Yes. The first time I just pounded her and then I blasted my whole load inside her. And I was like, was that bad? And she's like, well, dude, I fucking blasted my whole nut inside her. I'm out of my mind. I didn't even know her. I knew her for an hour. She was just so hot. She was so hot. I just couldn't. I love Puerto Rican girls. I fucking love Spanish women. And she was just my type and she was beautiful. And we were just making out and she was riding me and I just let it fly, baby. I just let it fly.
They say it's hard to get people pregnant, right?
Yeah. I was like, well, you're not pregnant, right? And she was like, I mean, it all went inside me. Look at fucking Nick. Dude, Nick's the only guy I've ever met that's not retarded, but also wears Velcro sneakers.
Are those Velcro?
Yeah, dude, he's got
God, yeah.
How are you allowed? Dude, how do you?
Goddamn peanut butter falcon. Why do you got Velcro on?
Dude.
Because my girl is sick of my shoes.
Dude,
Really?
Brendan, from now on, every time you post your kicks of the day, I need Nick to post his kicks of the day. I need to see what pieces of shit he has on his feet.
Your girl bought you Velcro just because she was sick of you having your shoes untied?
Yeah.
Why are they always untied? What are you, 4?
I don't know. But it was a problem when I was a child too, and my grandma got me Velcro shoes, and now my girlfment did it for me.
Just staying on the Velcro.
And I fucking love them.
You know what, man? It fits the show, though, dude, because, half of Theo's fans wear Velcro shoes. So it fits the show perfectly. I'm on the phone with my father and my stepmother, and my stepmother says, we got good news, Chris. Your dad finally got the second shot. And I was like, oh, great, Dad. How do you feel? And he was like, yeah. He was like, your stepmother said I couldn't see you unless they lit me up with the homo juice. So I got some. And I was like, and then my daughter's like, what did he say? I'm like, nothing, honey. Let's go watch Puppy Dog Pals. Let's go. And I know it's one of those things where like the world we live in where like people could say like, oh, your father's like a homophobe. He's actually not. My dad.
I believe you.
Is so supportive of. It's just the way he expresses himself.
It's how he talks, and it's how people around him have talked for years.
Yeah, so he doesn't see anything wrong with it. He's like, if I was gay, I'm telling you, like, if I was gay, he'd be at the wedding with me and my husband. But he would just make all the gay jokes that you just have to accept. Like, he thinks even me doing a podcast is gay. He's like, get a little closer to the mic. He'll like say, he'll call me and say things like that.
Question like a dog in the face of a firing squad. Hosanna is high where my fever falls low. Come on, could you ride in a one-on-one fuck I know.